Okay, so this is the meeting of the DS Accelerated Accountability Program. It is March 3rd, and just pretty much a open forum with whoever wants to hop in. So we have Nancy, Charles, and Rhonda. Yay. Hi, guys. So I can't hear anybody right now.
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, I was muted. Didn't know that. Hello.
Hi. So we were just, when Nancy got on, I was telling her about the stuff that we have going on. So I can do a quick recap for you guys. We actually have 3 properties under contract, and we're getting 2 more today. Fingers crossed that paperwork comes through today. One of them is in Rhode Island that we've had since December. This one is like a thorn in our side. So Sean has actually taken that over to JV with us. So let's see how he makes out with that. Fingers crossed. That one's really a hard one. We have one in Michigan that is a shell that we're trying to get bought by investors, or it's perfect for a flipper because it's basically gutted. There's nothing in there. There was a mold issue. The people took care of the mold issue, but then didn't move forward because of personal issues with like mother-in-laws and brothers and fathers and all kinds of stuff. So they vacated the property. We bought it, but now we've got to get it sold. It's on 3 lots, which is good, but the house occupies 1.5 of the lots, and the other lot they're saying might be too small to build on. So not really sure where we're going with that, but we do have some people going through it. And then we have one in Virginia that we're going to buy, our company's going to buy, and we're going to fix it up and then flip that. And then we have another one in New York and one in Ohio. The apartment complex in Ohio has got 6 units, and we should have that under contract today. And the one in New York is also 4 apartments in one building. And that's, yeah, but
you guys have been rocking and rolling.
Listen, we've been working, but you know what? I have to say, it's a team effort. I talk to the people, I get all their info, and then either I call them back, or we have one of Chris's partners, old partners, I should say, David calls and follows up and gives them the numbers, so I don't look like the bad guy. And then, you know, he gets them under contract or he gets them to agree to a price. Then I send them all the paperwork, and then I take over again. So it's working out.
You got a process.
Yeah.
I have to get a process down. I actually got 9 leads from PPC already.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. I want to look and see how you got that set up. That's great.
That is really
it's just I had somebody set it up for me, and then I just went through the class with Ethan, but he didn't really change that much.
No. But that's
made a couple of things, but not much. But my thing is just the process and the comping and
what we
and I'm a realtor, and I mean I know how to comp in Phoenix, but with all of this stuff I'm not exactly sure.
Well, I'll tell you what's helpful is like, even like, I know you guys remember Stefan, even like when I was getting some leads, we weren't here, we were traveling, and I had saw some leads come in from the PPC. So I passed them over to Stefan, and I said, call, say you're from my company, but you call, and then we'll work it out. You know, we'll give you whatever, you know, we'll split it or whatever. We don't even care. Just follow up for us and see what it is. If it's a viable lead, you know, we'll work it. So sometimes it's helpful to just reach out to somebody else if you've got the leads and you can't follow up yourself.
Okay,
You know?
for sure.
How are you making out, Cheryl? You're awful quiet over there.
Charles got that 10-acre land deal
I
in
can't hear you.
Arizona.
Wait, unmute yourself. I can't hear you. No, he's not muted, but I can't hear
Yeah, anybody hear me?
There you go.
yeah.
Hey.
How's Charles doing?
Charles is doing well. I had to restart my PPC because I stupidly took a suggestion from Google and added keywords. Stopped. And I went, and I'm like, what went on? And then I watched a replay of the PPC module.
Right.
Sean says, whatever you do, don't take any suggestions from Google for adding added keywords. And I know one guy had screwed up his whole thing and I went, oh boy. So I had to start all over, but I'm still chasing a bunch of leads. One in Pennsylvania, one in Indiana, one in New York.
Good,
10 acres hopefully is going to close next Friday.
good.
Great.
This is the crazy
Yay.
part.
That
So
was
this is
that's great.
I'm buying it from the guy and then I'm going to list it. So I bought
There you go. Good.
It's going to cost me about another $750 for title, for new deed, and also for insurance.
Okay.
Right.
It's going to cost me like $35 for the year to put in, liability insurance on.
Yeah.
Because God forbid if somebody goes on that land and stumbles over a dead coyote,
Yeah. We're gonna go
So-
find that land and I want to pretend I fell over a cactus that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, there you go. But I'm going to list it, and it looks like I can get about 9,900 for it.
All right, there you go.
About 1,700 all in.
Good,
And I think I can turn it fairly quick.
good.
Very nice.
I thank you. And I got to be honest with you, it's really intrigued me with land in northern Arizona.
Yeah,
Yes. And the only thing that scared the heck out of me is this guy signed the contract. I sent everything over to the title company. I reached out to Lee. Lee gave me a title company in Phoenix, but they didn't do the work. So they referred me to Pioneer out of Kingman, which is where the lot is. But this guy was going to go visit his sister in Vegas, and he's out there. He doesn't come back till the 10th. And I'm like, oh boy, he's 2.5 hours away. If he sees any ads, he didn't want to renegotiate.
Right.
I talked to him for the second time since we met the other day. And I said, look, I think we're almost home. How about we set, he's going to be back from Vegas on Thursday the 10th. I said, how about we set something up for the 11th? We'll close at your TD Bank around the corner from you.
nice.
Paperwork's coming from Arizona. I'm driving down to Wildwood,
Yeah,
and my bank and his bank are both TD Bank. I already called the branch manager, said, hey, do you mind? Do you have a notary on board? Which I know they do.
yeah.
Got to set up a time that's good for him and me on the 11th. And hopefully we'll have all the docs ready and we'll close it. You know,
Good. That's nice, right? That's funny how
Yeah.
it feels.
Yeah. That's like-
yeah,
It really
Yeah.
is.
I violated every rule of Sean. When this guy said 12 and I said, how about 1,000? I'll pay closing. And you said, okay.
There you go.
Sending contracts. First off, the guy's a hermit. He doesn't have an email account. He doesn't text.
Oh,
Wow.
God. That's hard to deal with.
I called you guys. I got that contract.
Yeah.
Filled it out. And I think I flew down to Wildwood. I was there in about an hour and 5 minutes from Sicklerman.
We're breaking the speed limit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then I gave him $100 cash
There you go.
Wow.
and had him sign a receipt, which he did. But,
Well,
you
that's-
know, you live and you learn, but it's kind of intriguing, you
Yeah.
know. I'm eager to get the pay-per-click running again because I was a little disappointed. I was starting to get a lot of leads.
Yeah.
The biggest obstacle I had was trying to get a hold of them once they left the message, because a lot of times it was coming when I was either on a job site or with a client, and then I'm calling them back, and that. But keep trying. I
Yeah.
sent emails to them also.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
that's
the
smart.
follow-up is important. I think that
Absolutely.
the call, like, I know just like for us, like as soon as we get the lead, like we're on the phone with them. And I'm gonna say probably 80 to 90% of the people that we get leads from, we're talking to.
Good.
We are,
Yeah.
because we're trying to get on it right away.
And
That's-
because we upped our budget with the PPC, we are getting a lot. more
And
leads.
Missy doesn't touch it anymore.
I don't. I keep
And
my
it's
fingers
helped
out of it.
tremendously
Yes.
because she's
I don't-
realized to keep her hands off of it.
Yeah.
I wish you would have told me that 3 weeks ago.
You know?
I would have stopped fiddling around every day.
It's definitely, the leads are definitely starting to come in. I mean,
Yeah.
we've definitely seen an uptick. We're getting probably 2 leads a day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Somebody even
yeah.
called last night at midnight.
Most of them are junk, but
Really?
gotta weed through them.
Yeah.
We've gotten some.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your budget at?
It's at 100.
So you did raise it up to 31, about 3,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with the success you're having, my goodness, it's
Well-
certainly paying off.
We've got them under contract. Now we just have to sell them.
We'll get them sold.
Yeah.
I'm confident that we got them under contract cheap enough that we can turn them. Like the house in Virginia, that one's no brainer. I mean, I don't know if Missy told you, we bought that, we're buying that.
Yeah.
And we got another one in what's New York, the old lady?
Amps,
Not,
Oh, no,
not,
no,
not
no,
the
no,
apartment,
no.
not the fourplex,
Rochester. There's a-
Rochester.
well, we got a crusty one.
So
but
we got
she's
another
feisty.
one that we're on, but the same thing, we're gonna do the same thing with that. We're gonna, buy that one and, you know,
Flip it.
yeah, and flip that one too. Because, you know, we come to a point, I think, that we realize like, you know, these houses between, 50 and 200,000, if there's, we're gonna sell it, and I'm just gonna say, make 20,000. And then a flipper's gonna get in it, invest 15,000, they're gonna make 40,000, and the realtor, I'm like, I leave all this money on the table. So we're right now, that is where our focus is gonna go on some of the cheaper houses around us that we can control. Because we
Right.
can go out, we have
Great
people
idea.
we can
Yeah.
do, and
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough that we had the capital to be able to do it. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it works out. We'll let you know in a couple months with this Virginia house and this New York house. But I think they'll be fine. We're
Nothing ventured, nothing
we're trying to
gained.
do our research as far as with our deep research as far as what the houses are worth.
I will tell you on your full gut that you have, I cannot keep up with the cost of building materials.
Yeah.
It's escalating for the last 6 months, and it's been really bad for the last 45 days. So send in an estimate to an insurance company to repair somebody's house.
Yeah.
My estimate's going up by like 20% by the time the job's over. It's insane. And it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's drywall,
Yeah. Everything.
could be spackle.
Wow.
If you're doing stone in the front, be careful.
Yeah.
That went up. But that's the only thing I would say to you, just be careful. I mean, if you can lock in your building materials and your costs.
I mean, these two particular houses, the reason why I'm saying is because they don't need any building. I mean, we got this house in Virginia, we're just gonna rip the bathroom out, redo the bathroom. This one's a small
Oh,
bathroom.
good,
The
good.
rest is just cosmetic. We're gonna get doors, new 6-panel doors and
Paint.
fresh paint,
Yeah.
that hardwood floors and everything. The kitchen's brand new,
Mhm.
roof, windows and all that's good. So that's an easy one. That's why I'm not, it's
Right.
not a full gut. So
The
Yeah.
one in Michigan.
the
is
one
a
in
full
Michigan
gut.
is, and that's why I don't want to get busy with that, because we were thinking about that too, but I'd rather just move it, if we make a couple bucks on it, be done with it.
We can't drive
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
a
we don't want to drive to Michigan.
day.
It's only 12 hours away.
Yeah, that's way too long car for me.
Listen, I was going crazy driving to Virginia.
It was
Oh,
rough.
geez. Oh, geez.
It was rough.
Virginia, 81, or where'd you go 95?
Went 95
to
down to
66.
66,
Oh, it's down. Okay.
down to 489. Yeah, 66 was a mess.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Down to
Yeah.
49, but it wasn't that. The way home wasn't that bad.
No, the way home was shorter. It always seems shorter when you're going home, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
that was-
nice.
The furthest drive I would do was Manheim. That was it. That was my weekly drive. I after 2 hours, I'm done.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, Chris.
You know that one.
Been there, done that. I mean,
I
oof.
ride for years,
Yep.
but
Don't miss that.
no,
Don't
not
miss
really.
that. Not in
No,
the-
no.
So Nancy, do you have anything going on? We were talking and I was, commandeering the conversation. So,
That's okay. I've got a house under contract right now in Tallahassee, Florida, that should be closing probably around the week of the 21st, we'll say.
great.
Good.
Perfect.
How do you-
Awesome.
Did you get it through PPC?
Oh, yeah, actually, it was my first PPC deal.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
Congratulations. Good. Good for you.
Awesome.
yeah, I kind of wish that Rick were on this call because I didn't know, I've never flipped a property that I couldn't go and see, right, if I needed to. And I knew I couldn't get over to Tallahassee. I didn't see the property. I had the owners send me photographs
Right.
and sent them, and then I went on to Bigger Pockets. I don't know why, but I just chose Bigger Pockets and found a couple of investors in Tallahassee, to do a flip. And I sent them over to the property all at the same time and came up with a good offer for it. So
Good. Good for
Wow,
you.
that is.
Nice.
So can you share with us, Nancy? Like, was the house vacant? Were they in there? How did
no, it was a couple and they had lived in the property for a long time. And they were both in the medical field.
okay.
they have teenagers and they feel like the teenagers are getting too wild in Tallahassee. So they want to move to a smaller area. Now Tallahassee is really a party town. I mean, they could, you would, well, it's a college town. So there's like a lot of, and because university or Florida State is there, and Texas and Florida A&M, and it's just, it can get really wild.
Okay.
But
So you were agreeable with letting everybody go through the house when they were still there? How did you work that out with them?
well, I told them, that I'd send my partners over, and I kind of coordinated, so everybody, I made it, did a little bit of going back and forth with the buyers and kind of got them all on, on the same date and time, and had cleared it with the seller.
Mhm.
The seller has large aggressive dogs, so, they had to kind of move the dogs into the yard. It was a whole orchestration.
Okay.
But they walked through. They were fine with it.
Did they, just so we can learn, did they show them around or did they just let the people walk through the house themselves?
I think it was a little, they showed them around because of the animals. They really didn't, they were afraid of, having to pick up the pieces. I
Right,
mean,
right. Right, well, that's awesome. That is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. And you
Yeah.
utilized that to show the property. That's even better.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is-
Yeah, so I didn't have to show the property. I didn't have to meet with the buyers. I didn't have to meet with the sellers.
Yeah.
And, and I didn't know what I was doing. So
It's scary, right?
I just sort of did it and it worked. And
Wow.
that's why I kind of wanted Rick to be online because, he's so, he analyzes so much.
Tentative.
Yeah, he's-
He's
yeah.
very tentative about jumping in because.
Yeah, and I admire the analysis. It's this not knocking him, but I do think he kind of holds himself back a little bit. So
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. I kept making a mental note to reach out to him today, but life kind of got busy.
Well, Nick,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm so glad that you did it. You jumped in, you did it.
Yeah.
You see that it's proven, and as long as you work it, it can happen, right? So
yeah.
Wow.
that's great.
When
And you guys actually inspired me to sort of, I'm not national yet, but I kind of branched out to like Alabama, it's sort of closer, right? Louisiana, Arkansas, so I'm sort of getting out there, Georgia. I didn't go to Mississippi because that's on our bad list. But
Yeah.
and now I'm negotiating with somebody in Asheville, Alabama, which is actually perfect. It's about 45 minutes northeast of Birmingham, Alabama, which is a larger town. So that
That's great.
Let me ask you
That's
a
great.
question. So when you're talking to the sellers, are you telling them that you're a wholesaler and that you're going to be finding a buyer for them? I mean, like, how are you saying that?
usually I just say, I'm located, I'm actually based in Florida, but I work with investors all over the country. And I'm not going to buy and I'm very frank, I'm not going to buy the property for me,
Right.
but I will help you with it and, I'll get it sold for you. And they're usually pretty good with that. It depends on the person,
Yeah.
how you want to approach them. I mean, I really do believe that Sean's, I mean, I don't stick with Sean's, red, green, yellow thing, but how he has sort of the sellers categorized, like you've got your type A seller and
Right.
your intuitive seller and, emotional, analytical seller. But if you take time to, or at least for me, what I did, I keep it in the back of my mind and I try to, approach them appropriately. And that kind of gives me, I mean, I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, that kind of gives me the tactic I want to use with that person.
Well, Nancy, don't question if you're doing it right or not because you got yourself a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it right. So
Kudos.
that's great. So don't, we can always, I think, try and hone in our craft and make it better, but that's great. It's working for you. So
It is. That's
It
awesome.
is better.
that is real good.
Yeah.
But you definitely do have to listen to the person that's calling you wanting to get rid of their house. The lady that I spoke to yesterday who had called, She actually had, like it seems like I'm getting all these women whose husbands have passed or I've had like struggles like that and like they're like crying on the phone and
Yeah, yeah, that happens to me too. It's that they're either they're widows or they've got health issues and, I mean, I can talk to the health issues because I'm a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and I can usually talk to I've seen a lot of people pass away, both in my family and, in my profession. So, I can usually talk to that. So I'm pretty good with that, but it's not easy.
It isn't like this Virginia woman. Her husband passed away last year, and she found her son was living with her, and she found him passed away in his room, like
Oh.
like
Oh
2 weeks
my
ago.
goodness.
Yeah,
That
or
was
three.
a
I think it's
Oh.
2 weeks ago now. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm crying. You know?
She's
Yeah.
now adopted Missy as her new
She
daughter.
has. We went down.
No,
to
it's, I find it's okay to cry with them if you really, if that's sincere. I mean, they'll know,
oh, listen,
but after you get off the phone with them though, what do you do?
I dry my tears off and write the contract.
I was going to say go outside and put your feet on the ground and breathe and then go write the contract.
Makes me feel better when she writes the contract.
I do feel bad though. Honestly, I do.
It's a
And
shame, right?
I've been calling her just to say hi because I think she needs somebody to be positive and
Yeah.
like happy in her life right now. She's sad.
It's
So
the same thing with the New York lady. with
yeah, the
complex.
New York lady, yeah, same thing. It's just,
Some people really have some sad stories, and it is a shame. It really is. Some of these
is.
people are going through it. And
Yeah.
the great thing is we're there to help them,
yeah.
and if we can help them, great.
And that's it. It's
that's
it's
what
a
our service
helping
is, to
thing.
help them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what-
I feel like, I mean, it's weird, but I feel like this is, I kind of became a nurse to help people. And I like this real estate because it's sort of the same thing. You're helping people in a different way.
yeah.
And the other thing I really like is every case is different. So
Yeah.
you don't get bogged down in, tedious, boring stuff, you're not,
Stories, every story is different.
so it's cool.
That is cool. So, has anybody been sending out any mail? I saw Cedric came in. Hey, Cedric. I don't know if you're muted or you're muted. So you want to hop on and say what you've been doing?
Cedric,
I bet he's got the little one with him.
Hmm.
It's so hard to hear. But
I just put in a mailing.
did you?
Mhm. Yeah, I missed last month. I was going to try to mail something every month.
Right.
And I'm also targeting just people going to tax deed auction in Jacksonville, like in around, that has to be really local for me anyway,
Right.
because you have to move really fast on it. That's when they're actually going to auction. So
How about probate? Has anybody done anything with probate? I mean, I'm kind of,
Not yet.
but I'm really kind of curious about it. Like, I really would like to start doing it, but I think I need to do it in my area. Do anybody-
Yeah,
no, I don't think you do. I mean, I maybe I shouldn't say that, but one time I'd had back in the ancient time, when I did this before, I had a probate deal, and they had not put in the property through probate. There was, it was just like it'd been like one of the daughters had been living there for years, pretty much letting the taxes go. But so it was a probate, and it was tax delinquent, and it was going to auction. And there were 5 heirs,
Oh,
except for the daughter. No one lived in Florida, so everything was, and none of them had, or 2 out of the 4 out of town did not have, they're older themselves, and they did not have email. So everything I had to do, it was like a lot of mailing back and forth. I never met them, I never met the daughter. I mean, I did see the house, but her friend showed it to me. And but no, you can do probate anywhere. And with the everything that's online now, you can actually download probate files from the county. You can, and put them on a spreadsheet, have them skip traced,
Yeah, I don't.
you know, and market to them.
Charles, did you say you were doing probate?
I pulled a couple of lists. I pulled Burlington, Camden, and Gloucester County off the REI Auto.
Right.
And I'm just kind of massaging the list because I'm trying to be selective. There's certain towns I just don't want to mail to.
Right.
Because they're not going to move as fast as others. And I'm putting something together. I'm hoping to get close to about 400 pieces.
Wow.
But it does say it's a pre-probate, so I don't know where they are in the process. If you look at that list, it does say pre-probate.
I've seen pre.
Did somebody just pass?
Hmm.
You know, and they're picking that information up out of an obituary or a death certificate that's filed with the county. I don't know.
Well, that's what Sharon was talking to us about, with that, knowing exactly where it was and what point in time to go at them.
Right.
Did she leave that link?
Yeah, she has a link, and Rick had sent me everything, so I didn't even
We can
check
send it
the
to you,
link, but
Charles.
yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it's-
Were
it's
you
a-
on that meeting list?
I was, and I've listened to a few of her podcasts since I first heard this back in 2016. She's the Louisville gals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very informative. She gives out a lot of information.
She does. Super nice.
She does.
Yeah.
But I know there was
But,
a thing on there, she basically has it like a pyramid and tells you at what point of probate that you want to actually contact them. So,
Right.
look at that. If you don't have it, I'm sure we can email you the link, at least.
I think I wrote it down, so I've got to compare. I'm just, you don't want to hit them at the wrong time, because then you get some calls and they're not going to be very pleasant. That's why it kind of took me back when it said pre-probate. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? So,
Yeah.
I just don't think they've gone through the probate process, like that case that I was telling you about. They just didn't do anything. And if the property needed to go through probate,
Right.
I had my lawyer get it through probate for them because they just weren't able to. To me, that's a pre-probate.
okay,
All right.
I mean, I'm guessing that's what it is anyway. Who knows?
right.
Nancy, at that point, it was in pre-probate, they were just sitting on it and you actually got your attorney to get it through?
Yeah. And a local attorney in Jacksonville did the work for me, and it took about, with him, he's very fast. But I can't remember whether it was 4 or 6 weeks to get the probate through. But the person that owned the house had actually died like 5 years before. I mean, they
Wow.
were just,
Wow,
they
that's
weren't doing it.
for a long
Yeah.
time. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least
Wow.
we're in the house.
Yeah, and as far as people calling you and yelling at you, I mean, they do that with tax delinquents, they do that with probates, they do that with everything, even people going to auction.
Yeah, I've had that with pre-foreclosures.
Yeah,
You get my name. Look, we
Yeah.
just buy a generic list and we mail it out.
yeah,
I got a really
For
weird.
the X number of years,
I got
and
a
get to the tax surveys, this is what your house is worth, so this is what we used as a criteria to pull the list.
yeah,
That's easy to avert.
yeah.
a thing where I don't know if I maybe sent them out a text message like months ago. I
Yeah,
haven't
that
sent
was
out
nice.
messages
Couple.
for a couple months, and like twice I've gotten a call, and when I've answered it, it's been a recording, and it said it was a message from Orange Park Tired Landlords, which was one of my searches, and then it would connect me to somebody, and they were like, you keep texting me from this number, and I'm like, "No, I didn't send out any text like recently," and they're like, "Stop texting me," and I'm thinking, how is that happening? And I thought maybe it was a workflow automation thing, like where I had them maybe categorized wrong in Freedom Logic. I can't even find Orange Park Tired Landlords that has any kind of workflow automation attached to what I have listed there. So I'm not really, so that's really got me confused. It's a little bizarro.
Hmm.
I don't know, has anybody had that happen to them?
I don't text, so I couldn't help you
We
there.
don't text anymore.
I don't
either. We
text
stopped
anymore
that.
either, yeah.
We stopped that at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I know
Why
she's
did you,
really
why
good
did you
at it.
stop?
Because Sean said that it was not a good idea because of the regulations that they're putting in place. So the people
Oh.
could actually go after you, you know, for, I don't know, violating their privacy or whatever. if
Yeah, he
you
said
get
it's
their
not
number.
worth it.
The
And Nancy,
only-
just so you know, I know you're on Florida. He said Florida is like the worst state right now. That
Yeah,
they're really,
for
really cracking
texting.
down. Just a little heads
Yeah.
up.
but if
Yeah,
it-
because there's so many older people here and there's so many predatory
Yeah.
companies that are out there targeting seniors in Florida.
But he did say though, if they respond back to you, then then you can text them. So if you have emailed somebody or if you've had contact with them, then it's okay. But they
Yeah.
have to reach out to you. And it's almost like giving you permission, I guess, to continue to text them.
Yeah,
Nobody really responds nicely anyways.
yeah. I think I'm going to stick with direct mail and PPC because that's really about all I have time for anyway. So,
It's working for you.
Yeah, we really haven't gotten off the ground with direct mail. I really have not put that much effort into that. The PPC.
Where are you mailing to?
I was looking at, believe it or not, I was looking at Delaware. I've mailed to Delaware because I thought that's pretty easy. It's kind of close, you know, but no, I didn't.
Very
get-
provincial state. Very provincial state. If you have a return address of the Delaware post office box, you're probably more likely to get a response.
Really.
People in Delaware, I used to do a lot of business down there. Very, very provincial.
Really?
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know
Yes.
that. I didn't.
Yes.
See, I had a
Yeah, I
couple.
used to work in northern Delaware and they were extremely.
Really?
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, well, that's probably why I wasn't getting any results.
I think this whole Northeast region is so tough up
It
here
is.
where we're at.
It is.
I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
we ran that commercial for a month. We ran it 8 times a day. We got zilcho.
Nothing.
I lost not that.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not
Wow.
one inquiry. And it cost us a lot of money, but it is what it is. I'm not, you know, we're not
We had to
complaining about it. We
try.
had to try it,
I had to try it.
but
Right.
yeah, nothing. I gotta be honest, we've never gotten a lead for up here, even through PPC, through nothing. We've
Yeah, we
never-
haven't.
I don't know about you, Charles, but we've never gotten a lead for anything up here.
In my PPC campaign, I got 2 inquiries from North Jersey. One wanted me to buy the house and rent it, of house they picked up and rent it to them.
Huh,
And
that's
then
nice.
another one,
That's nice of you.
another one, yes. And another one needed a mortgage.
All right. All right.
One was calling to see if I could get him a mortgage.
All right.
That's about the only 2.
Well, we've gotten a few from New York.
New York we get,
New York.
Yes,
yeah,
But-
yes.
yeah, but that's
Not
it. Not New Jersey, Pennsylvania, for nothing.
Gotten a few from Central PA.
We got one last week from, when we were away, actually, we got one from PA. And I was actually going through everything yesterday with David, a couple of the ones that he had called when we were not here. And it's really nothing though. It's, you know, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's really worthless. But I think that's probably the only one we've ever gotten from PA. Last week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We get nothing from Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
Yeah. But New York.
New York we do. New York we have been. And yeah,
So,
Michigan, we've been getting some hits.
yeah.
Alabama, Missouri, we've been getting a couple. We've been
Yeah,
getting a lot from
Missouri.
Missouri. Not a lot, but you know,
But a
we've been
few.
getting a few, you know, a few.
So did you set up your PPC like Sean has his, where you're targeting like, I don't know, 36, 37 states, and then you've got the there's remaining states on the do not contact list? Or
I did it when we were at the meetup in December, I guess. Was it December?
Yeah, and
December.
then didn't he go through
okay,
it?
you expanded.
And well, when we went to that meetup and he did that little segment where we all got together, that break off, I guess it was called, or something like that, and he did the PPC setup, I did a completely new one, following his step by step by step. And
Okay.
The only mistake that I had made.
She touched it. She went messing with it.
All right,
Guilty.
yeah, me too. I'm the president of the club. You can be my vice. But what I was doing, how I made the mistake was because I was getting keywords that said, we buy houses, Idaho. I was making it a negative keyword because I didn't want to do houses in Idaho. And I'm just using that as an example. So when I told Sean that I was doing that, he was like, what is your main phrase that your search phrase?
No,
And-
say it the right way. No, he didn't say he was in our PPC and he said, do you want to know why you're not getting any leads? Because the one thing that you want, we buy houses, you're taking out. And that's what she was doing.
I was taking it out.
Oh, boy.
I
So we
probably
spent
shouldn't be
that money for
laughing about
PPC
it.
for 2 months and we weren't getting anything. And I'm sure that was a lot of the reason why, because now that that's corrected and it has had its chance to learn it now.
Now we're getting the
finally
leads.
starting to get the leads.
So I
Good.
could not have been taking out the we buy houses anywhere. So now I'm like afraid to touch anytime I get a keyword in there that says we buy houses, I'm leaving it
Until I
alone,
just leave.
not touching it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember where I was going with that, but you know, that's what it is.
I think the
It
more-
is amazing. If you touch the wrong thing, you'll mess up the whole
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And then it takes that much longer for it to relearn itself again. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Ethan had fixed something for me when I first started with the PPC stuff, and I'd set my own up, and I followed basically Sean's stuff, but I must have hit a CPA something or other. And Ethan had gone in and he's like, the reason that you're not getting anything is because you had this checked off and it shouldn't have been. One little box. And then I was getting leads, but then, you know, can't leave it alone. And then I wasn't. So when we went and I set it up new with what Sean had said, aside from that one glitch, everything's been working well.
Okay. Nice.
So Ron, is the market still really hot in Arizona?
It's still pretty hot.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah,
Been really busy.
yeah. I gotta tell you, I think if commodities keep going up, and I think if lumber futures are starting to go up again, which I'm sure Charles knows. I think that we're gonna be, prices are gonna, if things keep going the way they are right now, I think prices are gonna continue to go, and there's gonna be a demand, because new building is just, I mean, Charles, you're saying it's 20% higher, you know.
Yeah.
For building, I think it's just gonna get tougher and tougher, you know, until they,
Oh.
until this.
The only thing I think you're gonna see though is if as Powell starts to raise rates. I mean, I just refinanced in October and I think I got for 30-year fixed, I think I got like a 2.6
Yeah,
for years.
Wow.
And then on today, Sean had a webinar, which was at 5 o'clock, and he was saying something, the average 30-year is up to 4.1.
yeah. Is
Yep.
it? I have no idea.
When I bought my
Yeah.
house back in 2008, I paid 4.5.
Yeah, I can't foresee them rates getting jumped up too much, you know, I don't want to get in the whole economics of this country, but I don't think it's going to behoove them at this point for him to.
I hope not.
rate Up as much as he said, with the war, with everything that's going on right now, I personally don't think he's going to. I could be way off. I think that you might get 1 or 2 rate hikes, but I don't think it's going to be, 4 to 6.
Right.
They're saying.
Right.
And I don't.
You
know-
don't think it's gonna be what, Chris?
I think there may be 1 or 2 rate hikes, but I don't think there's going to be 4 to 6.
Right.
I really
Yeah.
don't. I don't, because they can't, at this point, I don't think that they want to slow it down. They can't go at this point.
You
So,
mean I'm not gonna be able to buy a 5-year CD that pays 18% like I did when I was 18, 19, and 20?
You're never going to see that.
Yeah, the time machine.
Never say never.
Listen, well, I mean, it may, but pretty soon, as you know, it's going to cost you money to keep your money in the bank. So,
Yes, that's true.
negative
That's true.
interest rates are, I don't want to get into that. please.
Yeah, it won't even go down that path.
Yeah, that's a bad hole to go in.
So, yeah,
But Sean is expecting the next 12 to 18 months, going back to a buyer's market.
yeah.
Isn't that right?
China, you said?
Sean?
Oh,
I
So
just
Sean
remember
is,
him.
well, yeah, I mean, from what he was saying, yeah, it could be, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope. I mean, let's hope that, some of these people start, letting go of these houses,
Right.
buy them up.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I know new
Yep,
construction.
it feels like 2006 a lot, or 5. And like I had like 9 or 10 houses then, and
Yeah,
yeah.
went down to 1.
yeah.
Mm,
So,
mm.
Yeah, but I think the difference between then and now is the interest rates. People aren't really, people now they're, a lot of people are buying cash right now too, right? So
yeah,
they're not really upside down. Not saying they're not going to lose, money.
yeah, a lot of people are not upside down, and the ones who are buying with loans actually are qualified where they weren't
Back then, yep.
way back when.
Yep, they were buying 3, 4 houses and it didn't make a difference. I had friends who were doing that, you know what I mean? They were buying, and it didn't matter, you know?
Mhm.
So, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We will
So-
see.
Are you guys coming to Phoenix?
I think
I
we
think
are.
so. I
I
think
think we are.
so.
We have some things going on, but we'll see.
I'm trying to figure out,
I'll be there.
no,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
going
good.
Tuesday or you going Thursday and Friday? I don't know when we're supposed to go.
I guess I'm going on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday? All right. Yeah. Are you going, Charles?
No, I got a small event happening the Saturday after that event. My daughter is getting married. I gotta walk her down.
Wow, congratulations.
Oh,
That's awesome.
fantastic.
If I fly to Phoenix, and believe me, I was looking at it every week. Well, if I take this flight, if I take the red eye Wednesday night, come home in Philly at 6 o'clock in the morning. If I fly to Phoenix, my wife and my daughter,
Yep, that's it. You're disowned.
you guys will be saying, whatever happened to Mullen?
Where's she getting married?
Bergalius.
That's when my daughter's getting
His
married.
daughter's getting married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 July 2nd.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you that, because I had that feeling you were probably going to Begalia's.
Oh, well, I got one March and then I got one on September 10th.
All right, same
Oh,
thing at
geez.
Begalia's.
No, he's getting at the Scottish Rite.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
In Collingwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love
So
that.
I'm very happy with the venues because they look a lot of
Yeah,
bad.
Begalia's is beautiful. They did
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that new room in the
Yeah, they're getting married in the barn.
yeah.
And then the reception's in the big hall with the.
Big buff, same thing we're doing. The barn.
Yep.
well,
Well,
we
let's
got the
get
whole thing.
serious. The food is amazing.
Yeah, I got, it is. Well,
Yeah.
24 hors d'oeuvres you get. And
Yeah,
20,
you bought the silver, the platinum package, whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they got this.
basically.
All right, here you go.
They saw you
Okay,
guys
Chris, here's
walk-
the best. We're gonna bore everybody else, but here's the best part, just as a side and I'll shut up. I'm getting no points. Even Saturday, I gotta take them cash or a cashier's check.
Yep,
A credit card.
I
Yep.
know, I
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
No points.
I know.
that
I know.
kind of sticks it to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does, and it's a big nut too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah, I know.
No, but
Yeah,
hopefully, I guess the next one will be in May. I'll be there,
Yeah,
May.
May or June?
Yeah.
all right.
Well, we have summer camp starting at the end of June, so I hope it's in May. Because,
Yeah.
Camp, I love camp.
Yeah. And the kids won't have to wear a mask this year.
Oh,
No.
listen, I didn't make them, wear a mask last summer. Outside, we were outside, so,
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good, though.
that's good.
So Rhonda, if you don't mind me asking, are the prices still rising or are the houses just selling extremely quick?
Both.
Both. They're still going up.
The new bills, like, I had a client that got a new bill, let's say a month ago, and it's probably like 20, 30,000. Now they just continually raising the prices. Same thing
So
in
are
every
they,
month or two.
are they,
Insane.
I'm just curious because we're just trying to compare markets. Are they like in new build, the new construction, new developments? Are they just taking deposits now and not guaranteeing any date or any price when the properties are going to be done?
They're giving them a general time, but they're saying that they can't guarantee it because of the supply issue.
Are they giving them prices or no?
Oh yeah, they gotta give them, like, if we're gonna go under contract, they've gotta give them a price.
Yeah, I know. We were in
Florida.
Florida. We've been down there looking and going crazy, and it's just, where we're looking, it's just the houses. We're putting bids and offers in on houses that are 3 hours on the market. They got 8 bids, and they're closing the bids off the next day,
Higher than
higher
asking.
than asking, way higher than asking. And new construction, there's
For
nothing.
new construction or for resale?
New construction, they won't give you a price.
They won't give you a price. The developments are all sold out. They're at least 2 to 3 years out.
They tell you that you have. to
Oh my God,
You have to put a
2 to
deposit
3 years
down.
out?
You
No,
have
no,
to-
we're not that far out.
Yeah, you have to put a deposit down, and they can't give you a price.
Yep. They said
and it's
that-
non-refundable.
Yeah, well, that's, yeah.
Oh, that's insane. No.
Is that over on the West Coast?
Yep.
Yep, yeah, over in Naples and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really a lovely area, but
It's nice, but wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
we're trying to figure out a way to, but whatever, it's just, I told Miss, we just gotta be patient at this point.
Yeah.
But you can't, I mean, the new construction there, every development you go into. And the crazy thing is they keep marketing and advertising these properties, these houses, these developments. And you go in and they're like, there's nothing, come back, you want it, this is what you need to do. Because we don't even have approvals to build on the land that we're trying to develop on and build on yet.
Yeah, that's what
to
they're
add.
saying. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Wow.
really.
No, we're not quite like that. We're anywhere between probably 9 to 12 months out.
Wow, that's nothing.
Wow.
not bad at
Yeah.
all.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So anyway, anywho,
But your home, I mean, what's the average day at a home there, Rhonda? On the market, a week, 2 weeks?
Average now is 350 to 400.
Yeah, and what's the average
how
time?
many time they spend?
Oh, average time, probably 5 days.
That's it. Wow,
Wow, it's crazy.
wow,
That is fast.
yeah, that's fast. That's fast. Well,
Okay.
hey, it's definitely a seller's market.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Definitely a seller's market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
No? All right,
I might contact you for help.
absolutely. We're
We
here for
are
you,
here.
Rhonda.
We are here.
You know that.
Listen, we're available whenever anybody wants to talk, have an issue, whatever. If I can't help you, Chris will help you. If Chris can't help you, I'll help you.
Okay.
Thank you.
When we work together, we succeed together.
Yeah.
that's it.
My new
Yep.
too. Oh, not really. Okay, so anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure speaking with you all, and we'll see you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed these meetings, I have to say. I know, and I'm so thankful that you guys host them. So,
Well, we like it too.
We like it too.
so,
It's just nice to be able to talk to everybody and like-minded people, and we all have the same
Yeah.
goal. And
Like, questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to, talk about it with people that are going through the same thing. So awesome. So thank you all.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes, have a
you.
good night.
everybody have a
Have a
great week.
great night. Have a good week.
right.
This week.
Stay busy.
That's it. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.